Shop talk, shy it, shut it up, shy it, die, it up, shop talk, shut it up, shop talk.
Y'all, come on, clap your hands, show them tenors, come on. Come on, y'all, clap your hands. Come on, I'm just waiting for y'all to put your hands together. Come on. Listen. What a mighty God we serve. What a mighty God we serve. Angels bow before him. Heaven and earth adore him. What a mighty God. Yeah, 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 yeah. What a mighty God. Anybody know he's a mighty God? What a mighty God. What a mighty God we serve. Everybody clap your hands. Here we go, say it, y'all.
What a mighty God we serve. What a mighty God we serve.
Angels
bow before him. Heaven and earth adore him.
What?
What a mighty God.
He's a mighty God, a mighty God.
What a mighty God.
He's a mighty God, he's a mighty God.
What a mighty God.
What?
What a mighty God we
Serve to support our life. Say, he's wonderful.
wonderful.
He's glorious.
Glorious.
He's a mighty God.
Mighty God.
And that's not all. But say, he's powerful.
Powerful.
Invincible.
Invincible.
He's a mighty God.
Mighty God.
Oh, oh. He's awesome. Incredible. He's a mighty God.
Mighty God. What a mighty God we serve.
Come on, Nikki. Y'all clap your hands. Come on. If you know he's a mighty God, ooh, oh. Come on now, so say.
Mighty God. Yes, he is. Mighty God. Yes, he is. Mighty God. Yes, he is. I know he's a mighty, mighty God. Yes, he is. Mighty God. Yes, he is. Mighty God. Yes, he is. I know he's a mighty, mighty God. Yes, he is. Mighty God. Yes, he is. Mighty God. Yes, he is. I know he's a mighty.
Yes, he is. 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 He's powerful. He is wonderful. He's a mighty God. Yes, he is. I gotta praise in my spirit. I gotta praise in my spirit. He's done so much for me. He died on Calvary. Come on, put your hands together. He's done so much for you. Come on, put your hands together. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
What a mighty God we serve.
Come on, clap your hands. Can I get some of y'all to do that with them? 'Cause I can't do it.
What is going on, y'all? It is your man D Toll, and it is another day's journey. And I am super duper glad about it. Those of you hanging out, want to just let you know you are tuned in to Shop Talk. We are live right now. I'm hanging out in Freedom Radio Studio A in Oakland, California. Yay. And you already know what it is. It's about to go completely DOWN down. Today's show is going to be absolutely incredible. Absolutely amazing. Now, you know what you got to do before we jump into the show. And I've got some great people backstage I'm getting ready to bring up. But before we jump into the show, you know what you got to do. You got to get on the phone, call, text, tweet, Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, Social Cam, Periscope, Marco Polo. You know what you got to do, though? You got to tell your mama and them, Ray Ray, Shay Shay, Day Day, Delicious Nim, Nut Nut Nim, Pojo Nim. Let them all know that we are live right here on Facebook. We're live on YouTube, as well as we are streaming live on freedomradio.com. And I am super duper glad about it. Today's show is going to be a little bit different because we're going back into our artist spotlight segment. We did that a few weeks ago with Nona Brown, and today I am super excited because we're going back into that format. We have an incredible artist that we will be bringing up in just a few moments. But before we do anything, you know what I got to do? Let me give some early morning shout outs to some people hanging out with us. My young homie, Delasia Campbell, in the virtual building. What is going on? One of our new mainstays, Cambria Mayfield, in the virtual building. Glad to have you hanging out with us as well. Tracy J. Wilson, what's going on, sis? Glad to have you hanging out with us as always. My first cousin is in the building, Linnell Jonigan, out in Hayward of California. It is all to the good to have you hanging out with us, as well as to Deborah Shirley Piggies. Hey, great morning or afternoon, depending on where you are geographically. I am glad to have you hanging out with us. And then my gray beard bros, my friends, my homies from the Peace Gospel Choir, as well as one of them, I think, just celebrated 20 years at Kaiser. Wow, Tremaine Moore, the twins, my bros. Glad to have y'all hanging out with us. And Cambria is already laughing at me about the names that I put out. You know, Ray Ray, Shay Shay, Day Day, Delicious Nim, Nut Nut Nim, Pojo Nim. It is all to the good. Diamond Fee, what is going on, homie? Glad to have you hanging out in the virtual building. You know you tuned in to the right place at the right time on the right day. I'll talk a little bit more about the right day in just a few. But shout out to the homie, as well as almost my neighbor, Karan Edmonds is in the virtual building. Karan, what is going on, sisterin'? Glad to have you hanging out with us. And of course, more people will be joining us. If you haven't done so as of yet, you know what you got to do. Make sure that you share today's stream. Of course, I know you like and follow. Those are all great things. But share today's stream so your friends, your family, your constituents can see what you're watching and be able to join in and chime in with us. All right, y'all. Y'all already know who I am. I'll put it on the screen because it says so right there. My name is Demetrius Tollfree. Many people call me D-Toll, and it's all good. Listen, follow me on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on everything else that you can think of. I am on the same thing. I'm on D-Toll-Free at everything. As a matter of fact, if you use Venmo, if you use Cash App, and you want to just test if you can send $1,000, if you need to just test if you can send $1,000, listen, try me out and see if I can't be completely yours for $1,000. If you want to send it to me at D-Toll-Free on Venmo or dollar sign D-Toll-Free on Cash App. If you just need to test something out, if you send it, I'll think about sending it back. Anyway, it's all to the good. Let me bring up my first co-host all the way out in Hercules of California. He is my guy. We're praying for him. We're praying that the Lord would touch him. He's going through some social media challenges, but we're praying that the Lord would open up the window of heaven. Lord, have mercy. Y'all will figure that whole thing out. We pray that the Lord would open up a window of heaven and pour him out a blessing, well, that he might not have room enough to receive. Let's bring up my guy and yours, the incredibly talented Ja'Cory Prothro. Ja'Cory.
I'm trying to receive on this morning. Y'all, just all I'm gonna say early this morning, good morning, and watch your Instagram page.
Watch Instagram. It's all to the good. I'm not mad at you. Listen, I know what you're going through, man. I'm sorry that that's happening, but we're going to pray to the Lord, open up that window and pour you out a blessing that you won't have enough room to receive. And not just from a social media standpoint, but even in your life and even in the things that you're petitioning God for, man. I can't wait. I've been having my eyes open, looking, waiting, hoping, because I know that there's something that you're going to be introducing to us very, very soon. And I can't wait to see what happens with your name on it. It is all to the good. All right, y'all, listen, let's get ready to bring up our next co-host who is hanging out with us, I believe. I don't know what city she's in anymore, but she is here with us, my homegirl and yours, the incredibly traveled, the world traveled, the talented. And I think her and Ja'Cory was just in Sacramento over the weekend, but as she's working on something, let me also give a quick shout out to my guy. Well, first of all, Kevin Moore is in the virtual building. What is going on? Our Bay Area Stellar Award nominee. What's going on, man? Glad to have you hanging out with us. And good morning and a welcome to Yolanda Morant. Normally is in one of these seats, but today she's hanging out on the other side. But glad to have her hanging out with us. All right, y'all. Let's get ready to bring up in just a second or two our next co-host. But listen. Shout out to Delasia. Thank you, Delasia. She says that she's still full from the sermon from last week. Delasia, I didn't know that you tuned in to the convocation, but thank you, ma'am. I for those of you who didn't know, I got a chance to share and be the main speaker last week in our Church of God in Christ convocation in NorCal. And I was excited. It was virtual, but my phone has been ringing. My Instagram has been full. My text messages has been full of people who said that they tuned in. And I'm glad that you were able to do that as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right, let's bring up our next co-host. Again, I'm not sure what city she's in. She'll let us know. But let's bring on my homie, the incredible Ashlyn Tara Cole. Ashlyn, what's going on? Praise the Lord.
What's going on? Praise the Lord, everybody. Praise ye the Lord. Yes. Look, okay, the struggle is real out here in these social media streets. Okay, I'm just gonna keep it 100. Okay, 100. So now, because we have hackers in our midst, we have to like go through this code generator process, and it took me forever and a day to get on here. You see, I'm tardy for the party. It's like crazy. It's like I think when people have too much time on their hands, then instead of trying to generate their own light, they want to go put somebody else's out. Instead of putting the work in generating their own light or tapping into the source, which is your unlimited light supply, they want to go putting out somebody else's light. So they tried to put out Ja'Cory's light. That didn't work. That's just a pause. That's a comma. You didn't put no period. It ain't no end. It's just a comma. So today with your tactics and the twofold authentication, whatever it is, I'm still here. And let me share what you look. When your morning is slow and you're having a hard time getting up, I have a song for you. And I want y'all to just go back and sing, Jesus is real. I know the Lord is real to me. I'm telling you, you sing that when you open your eyes in the morning, you don't feel like getting up. You just say, Jesus is real. I know the Lord is real to me. Hey, I bet you ain't getting standing up. Hey, I think I can run on now. Hey.
And it's all good when you can run on when freedom looks good on you. Yeah. I love it. Yeah, so welcome back to the show. I got to see you last week, and now last week, this week, it's all good. We got Ja'Cory back. He had some difficulties a moment ago, but we got him back. What's going on, man? Well, first of all, let me ask y'all, how did things go in Sacramento?
Yeah.
Ooh, Isha. It was so good. It was so good. I have to say, Ja'Cory, you look like you're phoning in from an AHA video from the 1980s.
I had to get up from where I was and relocate. So, bloop.
It's all good. Everything is good.
Sacramento was amazing. Shout out to everybody out there. Pastor Stefan Dubois. I want to say Dubois, but it's Dubose. But, you know, I want to Frenchify everything. But shout out to him and his whole family. Let me tell you, train up a child in the way that you would have. Oh, his babies are anointed. I mean, like, wow, they could carry the church right now. Those young people out there could carry the church right now. If if we all failed, it's okay. Out there in Elk Grove, California, those young people their roots are deep and they are so dedicated and in love and on fire for the Lord. It was beautiful. It was
And
beautiful.
shout out to Elder Pastor Uncle Michi
Come on,
Demetrius. He was out
Uncle.
there doing his good singing, and he got this uncle spirit that's rising up on him now.
He does.
I enjoyed him.
That's good
I
stuff.
think
I know he tried to join in. I know he's in the airport getting ready to fly back to Atlanta, I believe, and he tried to join in, but I think they just called his name to get on the plane. But I did see some different clips of it, and it looked like you all had some real good time. Elk Grove is a former city that I used to reside in, and
no.
I'm glad that you guys were able to go out and bless the groves with the elks. So it's all to the good. So anyway, listen, we're getting ready to jump into the rest of today's show, and we have some incredible things going on. I want to welcome you guys. Today is a special artist spotlight edition of Shop Talk. Ja'Cory and Ashton, boy, they are a mess. Anyway, today is a special artist spotlight edition of Shop Talk, and we've got some great things to talk about. I do have a wonderful guest that we're going to bring up in just a moment. So if y'all haven't done so as of yet, do me a favor, get your cups out. If you have a Shop Talk cup like I do, isn't that awesome? Shop Talk, Zaya, Zaya, Daya. You know how Ashton does it. But anyway,
Yeah.
I got my stuff together to make it happen. All right, y'all, let's get ready to bring up our special guest of the day. But before I do it, let me give you a brief overview or a reminder of how much we love and appreciate today's guest. Let me just show you and remind you of this.
How do I move forward through these dark times in my life? How do I praise you when I don't see the light? How do I help my neighbor when I need help? I become what's next for me. I become who set me free. I become.
Hey.
I become.
Hey. Ooh.
I become. I become. I can't do it like her. Anyway,
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
an incredible artist that we're bringing back to the Shop Talk stage. And she's a great friend of mine. I've known her for a long time. I was a teenager when I first met her. She was grown already. I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Oh, that's
Teenager.
don't say things like that.
She was
No,
already
don't say-
grown. Anyway, let's bring up my friend, my sister, incredible model. For those of you who don't know that she's actually an absolutely amazing model. She modeled for Freedom Radio. I'll see if I can find some of those pictures before she has gone. But incredible ministry. She's a musician, songwriter, of course. But if you didn't know, she's also a principal. She don't play. And so she is hanging out with us. Let's bring her up, the Dr. Lucinda Marie Taylor. Lucinda, what is going on?
I don't know. That was one of the greatest moments I have had in recent months to hear you guys sing I Become. It was just great. You just don't know. I'm actually in tears if you can see it right now. That's true.
Oh my God.
It's awesome stuff. Welcome to the show. Glad to have you. It's been too long. I know you're back at work doing your thing. I see all of the books and encyclopedias and thesauruses and all those
Oh my goodness. Oh, she's got blessed beads indeed. Come on. Yes.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I'm
Let
not.
me just say, Dito, she is a supporter. And that's what I think makes and changes the difference for her artistry. She supports everybody. I mean, I look up sometimes and she just be like, oh, check your cash app. Huh? For real?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I love her to death.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Dito, you don't need it. Dito, you don't need it. You
I'm,
don't
I'm,
need it.
I'm checking my cash app to
You're
see
so funny.
with my name on it, just to see.
Hey.
Anyway, Lucinda, I am glad to have you hanging out with us. Want to give a shout out and a welcome to Leo Brown, who is in the building virtually today, as well as James Mitchell, my guy, James Mitchell out in Texas.
Hi.
Glad to have him hanging out with us. What's going on? Another incredible singer, another incredible minstrel, and I am glad to have him hanging out with us as well. All right, y'all, let's get ready to dive into this conversation. Lucinda, you can cry your last tear because this
I
is
did.
all right. It is going to be all right. What is going on? And to Leah Marie out in Fresno, another great artist hanging out with us, as well as to Gay Harris, one of the constituents from my church. She also is in the virtual building today, and so many more. We'll be shouting people out all throughout the show. But right now, let's turn our focus, our attention to the wonderful Lucinda. Lucinda, again, welcome back to the show. And you're here today
Good to
for
be
a
back.
specific reason,
Yeah.
because today is a great day in your life. So tell us what's going on.
Well, interesting you started with I Become. I Become was a time in my life where I was rebounding from a fall. And I've heard this a lot. And I certainly hope this will help somebody, that it doesn't matter how many times you fall. It matters how you get up. And so that song that I wrote, I Become, was in a response to a situation that had actually happened in my life. And so I've gone through some phases. 1 year ago this month, we released I Become. And this month, I'm releasing a song that just says, open up the windows of heaven and pour me out a blessing. It is a praise break. In English writing, we call it a free verse. So there's no verse, because growing up in church, growing up in the Kojic church, at any point in service, a praise break could happen. And the music would go forth and somebody would grab the mic. Have you tried Jesus? And a praise break would break forth. And so this song is in keeping with that memory as I grew up. Open up the windows of heaven is for anyone that's asking God for something. And what God told me is that if you can have the faith the size of the mustard seed, I will open up the windows of heaven and I will pour you out a blessing. And so it is to that, Ikanashe, that I offered this song this morning. Demetrius,
Yes.
God is going to deliver you. He
He's
has
gonna-
already opened up that window.
Yes.
So whoever that is that's after you, look, my mother used to say, they don't break in houses that don't have anything.
Huh?
You got something coming your way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I see you ready for us this morning. You didn't put your evangelist voice on.
Hey, God is good to me.
Come on.
Yes, he is, and I believe it. I have watched from a distance. I've watched from the backyard. I've looked through the window of your situation, and I've seen God turn things around for you. The smile that you have now, you didn't have that a couple years ago. This is a new and refreshed smile that you have. And I am so excited for you and what God is doing for you, where He's taking you. And I'm no hater. I can't wait to see where God takes you. Just like I tell Ashlyn and Jacory all the time, I'm their biggest cheerleaders. And just like
Me
that,
too.
you,
love them.
Lucinda, I can't wait to see where the Lord takes you, where He takes this particular song. I Become was amazing. I remember we even got a chance to play the video for that. And that was absolutely amazing. Shout out to my guy and yours, Marcus McCauley.
Yee.
Incredible talent. Just incredible talent in Oakland. Just incredible.
Absolutely.
Yes, that picture, that single cover. Oh, that whole photo shoot was fire on fire on fire. I'm like, hey, the set design, right? You have the beautiful set design, the professionalism of Marcus McCauley. I mean, he is head and shoulders above most. But then you have this beautiful model. I'm like, girl, if you don't work, I mean, it's like, wow. It was so regal and
Beautiful.
so elegante. Okay. Or elegante is how I'm learning Spanish. Okay. All right. So it's so elegant. It was so beautiful. So absolutely love it.
Absolutely,
you.
absolutely. And Marcus is actually watching today, and we're excited about that. As a matter of fact, a little later on freedomradio.com, Marcus and Jeremy Gibson get the chance to sit down on the Indie Takeover show. And so those of you who have the Freedom Radio app or tune in on freedomradio.com at 12 noon, they'll be sitting down for a one-on-one conversation. I can't wait to hear it myself. So I guess this is all about the Bay Area today. We've got the incredible
All about.
Cinda. Well, a little later, we'll have the amazing Marcus McCauley. This is a great day around Freedom Radio. Now, before we jump into the song, Lucinda, I must tell you that I've seen behind the scenes stuff about the song, and I've seen you have Misha and her sister singing background with you.
Uh-huh. You know, this project, this is actually the third song in the series for this particular album. We have several more songs coming up, but we decided to do something completely different and release the third release before we release the second song. And yes, Maisha and Davina, who are incredible talents, the Boyd sisters, Good Samaritan Cathedral. Shout out to Bishop Murray and First Lady Murray. I love you. They came into the studio and we sung every part. And actually impacted the sound. They're just so great in terms of their skill, along with Marcus, who took his time to actually, again, get in my head and my brain and pull out what God was giving me. He's just amazing.
Absolutely, absolutely, he is, and so are you. So don't ever think that you're not, because you absolutely are. And I'm trying to get as much out of you as I can before we play the song. And I know you had my guy. If I read the credits right, you had my guy. Is that Robert Lofton playing organ?
And that's my people. Wow. You. Now I love Ashlyn and Jacory and you, but the Loftons, Robert and Cynthia, they my people.
Come on.
Yes, you hear that organ, that old tone that I grew up with in the back of the song. Yeah. And it makes you want to extend that 3 minutes and however many seconds to like 20 minutes, because we shouted a while. But he has that old kind of authentic sound to his organ playing, and I wanted that included.
Absolutely. Robert Lofton, even now, the way he plays is timeless. I get a chance to play with his son, Brandon, every Sunday. Robert, though, is absolutely an incredible talent, and I'm excited about it. Listen, before we jump into this, Ashlyn, yes.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Only do it.
He will.
Okay, so I just wanted to acknowledge what it is that you said about the format of this song, because when Jacory and I were listening to it, we were like, oh, we started with the vamp, right? And when I really listened to the song, I was like, oh, the whole song is the vamp. And there's so many songs, like how many times do you hear a song and you're like, let me fast forward. Let me go ahead and fast forward. Let me get to the meat and potatoes of the song, right? And it's like, it just keeps us in that, it's one of those songs. We don't have to wait. Don't wait till the battle is over. Shout now.
Now y'all gonna make me get up.
Come on. Don't wait till the battle is over. Shout now. And so I love that. It's like, it just takes you in right away. We ain't got to waste no time. Are you having a struggle? Great. Open up the heavens. You know what I'm saying? And I just love it. Open up the doors of heaven, the windows of heaven, all of that. I just love it. So
absolutely. So here's what we're getting ready to do. We're getting ready to play the song. It's an absolutely great, great song. Before I do, those of you who are on Apple Music, those of you who have Apple Music, if you haven't done so as of yet, two things I need you to do. I need you to, first of all, go and purchase this song, as well as if you have Apple Music, I want you today, all day, like I'll be doing, streaming this song. We want to get all of these streams up for this young lady so that the world can know about this particular song. There's a lot of things that I want to talk about, but I'm going to talk about it after we play this song, because there's some things that we're going to talk about that maybe you knew or maybe that you didn't know that will help great artists like Ashlyn, Jacory, Lucinda in their musical journey. So we're going to talk about that in just a minute. But I tell you what, I'm going to not delay. I know I didn't make any sense, Dr. Taylor. Don't talk about my English structure. I'm not going to delay us any further. Let's get ready to dive into this song, this amazing song from my big sis, Lucinda Marie Taylor. Lucinda, why don't you take the moment to introduce your song to the world?
So, welcome to Open Up the Windows of Heaven. It is a free verse praise break that just says, God, if I could have the faith the size of the mustard seed, that you would open up the windows of heaven and pour me out a blessing. That's not just a gift to me. It's a gift to all of us. So here is Open Up the Windows of Heaven. Enjoy. Let's praise together. I believe that if you can have the faith the size of a mustard seed, God will open up the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing.
Open up the windows of heaven. Open up the windows of heaven.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Open up the windows of heaven.
And pour me out.
A blessing. Open up the windows of heaven.
I know you
Open up
can.
the windows of heaven.
Ooh, yeah. And pour me out. Come on, help me out. Ooh, yeah. And pour me Here's my cup, fill it up. Here's my cup, fill it up. Won't he do it? Can't he do it? Yes, he'll do it, do it, do it. Here's my cup, fill it up, fill it up, fill it up. He said he would, he said he would. I know he could, I know he could. Yes, he can. Lift your hands. Yes, he can. Lift your hands. Need more love, need more joy, need more hope, need more you. You might be going through. Jesus said he'll see it through. Open up and ask him for what you want. He said he'd do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. I know God can. I know he will. I know God can. I know he will. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Clap your hands. Stomp your feet. Give the Lord praise indeed. Clap your hands. Praise the Lord. Yes, he can. Yes, he will. Weeping may endure for night. Joy comes the morning light. Yes, he can. He said he would. Many of you knew he could. Open up, open up, open up.
All right, y'all, we are back. Welcome back. Lord have mercy. We got a chance to hear this song. And the funny part, y'all couldn't see because I had her backstage, was that she was singing the lead with the song as the song was playing. And I mean, and Jacory over here with his CD tambourine. And I'm trying to tell you, I was seeing back.
Tambourine Ministry, bring it back, Jacory.
Yes, and Jacory even said himself in the comments that we need to bring back that sound of church, that good churchy sound. And we've got people with comments hanging out with us again. James Mitchell was saying sang Lucinda, and yeah, definitely Robert was definitely playing that organ, doing his thing. Karan has already chimed in a moment ago saying that she just downloaded the song. Kevin Moore mentioned a little earlier that he downloaded the song. I see Xavier and Cynthia Garrison chiming in, saying that they are hanging out with us. What is going on? Listen, great music. I'm glad that you released that song. Now, here is what I need everybody to do. I'm going to start with my Apple people. Those of you who have Apple products, and thank you, Delasia. She says she just downloaded it. And those of you who have Apple products, if you have iTunes or if you have Apple Music, here is what I need you to do. A couple things we're going to make happen. One, I need you to go into iTunes, purchase the song. I think it's what, 99 cents? Is it 99? Yeah, 99 cents. Invest $1 into Fertile Ground. All right. So I'll need everybody to go and purchase the song. Even though I have the song and have been playing it, I'm going to purchase the song as well because I just want to be able to support my big sis and be able to make things go in the right
now,
direction.
He keeps saying big sis. He's not that. Now, wait a minute. Now, let me make some corrections here.
What? Correct me then, if you please.
Come on. There's not much difference. Not like this right here.
Really? That's where we're going. That's where we're going with that. This is my year of birth.
Oh well.
Yeah. Oh well, that would make you my big brother.
Yeah. So. Okay. So now, Lucinda, what were you about to say? What were you about to say?
You got me by about 4 years.
4?
Yes.
That was very exclamatory. I don't.
So
what in the world?
Okay. I'm gonna just roll with it. I'm gonna just roll with it.
I'm 57.
I knew that. So she's gonna try to tell me I'm just a couple days. Anyway, it's all good. Listen, whatever age you are, the hand of the Lord is on your life because you are absolutely stunning in all that you do. But listen, everybody, we're going to purchase the song. Number one. Those of you who have Apple Music, we are going to all day today and throughout the week, we're going to stream the song. We're going to just, if you're like me tonight, when I go to bed, I'm just going to put the song on and let it stream all night as I get ready to go to bed. I'm going to church myself in the bed. So it's going to be streaming all day. Thirdly, those of you who have Apple Music, if you haven't done so as of yet, you need to make sure that you download the Bay Area Gospel list that we have, the Bay Area Gospel Music list. This song is in it, as well as a plethora of others. We've got Jacory in the list. We've got Ashlyn.
The playlist.
The list. We've got Lucinda, both her singles in the playlist. Thank you, Ashlyn. The Bay Area Gospel playlist. It is available with everybody that does gospel in the Bay Area. Their music is in that particular playlist. All right. So those are 3 things that we're going to do. You okay, Ash? You having
I forgot where I was. I just had to get my bearings.
Okay. I was trying to see if you was having a Brady Bunch moment. But it's all to the good. Now, let's talk a little bit about how we can help great artists like Lucinda, great artists like Ashlyn, great artists like Jacory.
And Dito, it is an absolute pleasure to be your big sister. Really, seriously. Absolute pleasure.
No doubt. It is all to the good. Here is what I want those of us to do. Now, many of us, I haven't seen us do this. If you use Apple Music and you pay a subscription to Apple Music, that's great. You have access to everything in iTunes. However, if you haven't created your profile, we don't know what you're listening to, and we can't find out the great artists that you listen to. So here's what I want us: if you have Apple Music, there is a way for you to create a profile. And Ashlyn, I've seen your profile. I even tried to follow you, but you haven't accepted me yet. But that's another story. Yeah. There you go. Open it up.
Open up the windows of heaven.
Yeah. So if you have Apple Music, when you open up the music app, in that first tab that says "Listen Now," in the upper right corner is a little silhouette.
You mean right here in the follow request that I haven't answered any of them? Okay.
See my name there?
I do, Dito. I'm gonna use the green check.
Awesome.
You've been verified.
Yes.
Oh.
Isn't that great? I feel so much better now. But those of you
Awesome.
who have Apple Music, when you open up Apple Music, the bottom left corner says "Listen Now." Right in the very top right corner, you'll see a silhouette. If you don't have your picture there, if you click there, it'll give you an option to open it up and view your account. The one thing that many of us need to do, and Jacory, I don't know if you've done it, so hopefully you're following me, is to be able to create a profile. And all it is just allows you to create a username. Of course, mine is D Toll Free. So those of you who are on Apple Music, if you want to follow me at D Toll Free as always. But you can put a picture. You can follow other people. Like I followed Ashlyn because she's an amazing artist. And what it'll allow you to do is when you go back and play around in that area, you'll be able to find out the different things that she's listening to that she allows you to follow. And you'll be able to start streaming and seeing and broadening your musical horizon and being able to find out more about who we listen to and find out how you can be a better listener of great music like Ashlyn, like Jacory, like Lucinda, and even Kevin Moore and more people like that. So those of you, if you haven't done so, please, ma'am, please, sir, create your profile in Apple Music. Follow some people. You can follow me. You can follow Ashlyn. What happened, Ash? What did you just find out?
Oh, this is so cool. So I didn't know that people could follow you and see what you're listening to.
Absolutely.
That's probably why I didn't, because it's good. I only listen to save music. It's really good. It's good that I'm not over here. I'm listening to listen to the whisper.
Gangster rap.
Well, I listen to Lil Kim and everybody. It's all mixed up in my worship.
I'm not.
That's all right, Jacory.
Absolutely, it's okay. This is how we expand our musical palette.
Exactly.
So if you haven't done so, do like Ashton just did, and I think Jacory is doing it. I've seen Lucinda pull her phone up for a second. Make sure that you have created your profile. Lucinda, you absolutely have to do it. So if you haven't done so, when we get done today, please, ma'am, do your particular profile. And then, of course, when you download or stream the Bay Area playlist, for example, we'll be able to know that you're streaming it, and other people that follow you will be able to know what you stream. And guess what? They'll be able to download that list and the artists that you listen to and be able to get great people set up and make it happen. What happened, Jacory?
I'm sitting here like, wow.
You need to set up your profile, Jacory, because I can't follow you.
Oh, I just did.
Yeah.
Because I want to follow.
Absolutely. This is something I just found out because I didn't use Apple Music. Jacory and Ashton finally, after beating me up, said, "You don't have Apple Music?"
Oh, Lord.
Here.
Like, how you work for Apple and you don't listen to Apple Music? That's like working at McDonald's and you eat Jack in the Box. Like, what?
You give me a free subscription. So therefore, I didn't feel like paying it, that way. And Kevin Moore says, the way my phone works, I'm unable to get Apple Music.
Oh, he's an Android.
He has an iPhone. He has an iPhone. We'll have to talk. And did you know, Ashlyn? Did you know, Lucinda? Did you know, Jacory, that there is an Apple Music for Android users?
Oh yeah, I had it a long time ago.
So there is no excuse. So
it's called Spotify.
No, they have Apple Music. It's for real. Apple Music. That was funny. But Yolanda Morant just chimed in, and she says, "Wait. Didn't know I could have followers. I've been trying to find you, Yolanda, and follow you, but you didn't have a profile. So now we are all learning together. Isn't this awesome?" And Karan says specifically to Kevin Moore, "Time for an upgrade." I get it. So anyway, Lucinda, listen, I've been taking up a lot of this time trying to get people to get your music and stuff, but I know that you have some incredible things to share about what's going on with you, what's going on with your ministry, what's maybe going on in the near future. Why don't you take a moment and let us know a little bit more about what is happening in the world of Lucinda Marie?
Well, outside of trying to open up these 3 public schools that I support here in East Oakland, I have a 3rd single that will be released shortly. And then I'm hoping to do a project with 2 of the individuals on the screen. And yes. And look. Yeah. Feature. And so that's coming up next. Again, the 3rd single that will be released is "You Are My King," which, if you look at the flow of the music for this particular project, I Become was contemporary gospel. Open Up the Windows of Heaven is gospel. You Are My King has a Christian vibe. I wanted to kind of touch all of the genres of gospel music. And then in the future, we want to do a traditional gospel where I want to include my co-host, all three of you in some way in a feature project.
Wow.
Kanye Shay, what do you say?
That's what I'm saying. Bring that Bay Area together. Come on.
What? That's how it should be, though.
Exactly.
It should be that way.
Ashlyn, now I know now you are in avenues and stages that many of us don't get a chance to travel on. But peep game, have you guys peep game with the whole hip hop culture?
Oh, for sure.
The whole hip hop culture is all about collaboration.
Bringing people in.
They're all about collaboration. And when you see all these big songs and these videos, and we watching these award shows, what is happening the most? We're seeing Big Joe collaborating with this one, or Fat Joe in this one, and this person with this person, and they collaborate. And they put in whatever differences they may have had, or whatever they might have had that was keeping them from doing what they do. They come together to make money. And I know we're not doing this just to make money. Don't get me wrong, but you know what I'm saying. We do want to be able to make some money. I just want to
come on now.
There is nothing wrong with collaborating with another artist. Whether it's another local artist, whether it's a regional artist, whether it's a national artist, there should not be nothing wrong. I think we should definitely do that. I'll throw this out there for free, and Ashley, I'm going right to you. My friend out in Atlanta, Monica Lisa Stevenson. This is her and her husband make great music. Monica Lisa Stevenson collaborated with Paul Porter, the great quartet singer, and they made a song, I Am Not Ashamed.
And Deshaun Mitchell
become the #1 song in radio. That song on Billboard. We're talking about on Billboard. Now, when she was doing stuff by herself, she couldn't even break into the top 100. When Paul was doing certain things by himself, he would get top 50. They collaborated together. They became #1. There is a chemistry to this. Ashlyn, I know you got something to say about it.
I really do. And I know Marcus McCauley was listening. I don't know if he's still tuned in, but this is my idea. And if somebody wants to run with it, let me know and let's make it happen. But my idea has always been to do a gospel mixtape. And that basically in hip hop, when they do that, is somebody makes a track. And they just build an unlimited track, and they just say, hey, I'm going to send this to you. Put your 8 bars on it. Put your 16 bars on it. And you basically send it to the artist, and you let them be creative within that 16 bars, whatever they want to put in that 16 bars. But the base, the foundation of the track is the same, right? They do it in hip hop all the time.
All the time.
And so what happens is you end up having these incredible collaborations that there's an ebb and flow and a change, but it's all the thread through the whole song is the same. So that's been my idea for a long time. And I'm just waiting for someone to just say, hey, come on, let's run with it. But I just think that's such a good idea because you allow people to be creative, but it brings us together. And then as you build it, you can put a hook on it and make it all cohesive and wonderful. And then trim it down to 3 minutes and 30 seconds. And now you got radio. Now you got something ready for radio that represents us. And you could do it East Coast, West Coast. You could do Bay Area. You could collaborate with whoever. Yep. Like, give me my 16 bars and then pass it on and give the next person their 16 bars.
I love it. I love the way you're thinking. Ja'Cory, yes, sir.
Where's Carl Wheeler? Can we just do our own?
You know what? I'm gonna text him right now.
Hey, listen.
Well, I featured Pam and Kevin Sharp on I Become, and on this particular single, the Boyd Sisters. And so Ja'Cory and Ashlyn and Demetria, my vision for this traditional gospel sound, I just feel like your voices will lend to it perfectly. So we got something coming for all y'all.
Let me say this really quickly, because I felt like I was Mama Sue as we were listening to your song, because I can honestly see you doing the video at your school and me being one of the kids as you come out from opening the window right there. Like a Polly. I don't know if y'all remember the movie.
Oh, I sing to them all the time. They know Yolanda Adams because I will go out in the hallway and just start singing.
I see it.
That's awesome. And what's really interesting, and I'm so glad that this is happening. And God makes no mistakes. And it's like, sometimes God will drop something in your spirit and you're just kind of like, and it doesn't come back around, well, guess what? It just came back around just right now in this moment. So, Lucinda, I'm going to put you in touch with Dr. Eric Thomas. He is a motivational speaker and one of my mentors, and he has a program. He has put together a program called Extreme Teachers. And what he's done is he goes into the schools, he talks to the students, but now he's talking to the teachers.
It's amazing.
Right? And so he's talking to the teachers to empower the teachers to teach you all what your teaching style is based on your personality, right? And he has a way of just like teaching you not only how to learn what your superpowers are, because some people are extroverted, some people are introverted. We can't put teachers in a box to say this is how you have to teach. You got to teach based on your superpowers, right? On your skill set. And so he empowers the teachers, and then the teachers can now go and empower the kids where the kids are at. I have seen total transformations over these schools. So literally a year ago, God put this on my heart, and here we are now today. Amazing. And I think this is the time and this is the season. So I'm going to put you in touch with him and see if we can get Eric Thomas out here to Oakland to empower the teachers that you're working with, who will then empower the students and help change this next generation.
Yeah, I was a handful in school, like probably most of you. That's probably hard to believe. But I was the one mom came to school for. And it was because the teachers had not identified my learning style. And they actually put me, took some tests and determined that I was a visual kinesthetic learner. And once teachers were armed with that information, Ashlyn, just like you're saying, I soared in school. And so it is about figuring out who you are as an individual. And what I have learned, I have 106 staff members, 3 sites, about 1,000 kids, is that when you know how they learn, then you can teach where they are.
That's right.
Again, that is a sermon. It starts with a word. You can speak into someone's life when you know how they learn. Everyone does not learn the same.
That's right. Ooh, that's good.
I love
right.
I love
Open up the windows of heaven. Hey, open up the windows of heaven.
This has become a great conversation. So, Ashlyn, if you remember, as we was talking about collaboration, Ashlyn, if you remember when we started Freedom Music Group in 2009, which was a record label that we were trying to start and launch that had Bay Area artists in mind. That was kind of what we wanted to do. What you just kind of mentioned a moment ago, maybe not to that degree, but we had that kind of vision in mind of being able to collaborate with Bay Area artists and put together a series of compilation CDs and all those type of things. Now, of course, people don't buy CDs any longer, but here is one of the things that we need to know and we need to be able to do together as we get this mindset of collaboration. It's very important that when we collaborate, that we give credit in the song title or in the artist portion to the person that we collaborated with.
You are speaking a word, sir. Good gracious.
What happens when people start searching, when people start searching particular artists, when it's done correctly, they'll see the songs that they recorded, but they'll also see the songs that they were featured on. If you were to go now and to search Ashlyn Cole in Apple Music, you would see the songs that Ashlyn has recorded. And then right below it, you'll see the songs that Ashlyn, because someone did it right, you'll see the songs that Ashlyn was featured on. So as I have personally, Ashlyn, I don't know if you noticed it or if you knew this, but as I have personally on my device created as I look at my playlist area, as I have created a Ashlyn Cole playlist on my phone. I am a fan of Ashlyn, so I have created an Ashlyn Cole Apple Music playlist.
Oh, that is so beautiful.
Of that Ashlyn has recorded, as well as music that Ashlyn is featured on. And so on Wednesdays, when I'm rolling down the street, minding my own business and in my car, and I'll finally play some music, I'll open up my Detoll created Ashlyn Cole Apple Music playlist and hit play and let Ashlyn sing and minister to me in the gym, as I'm walking, as I'm going shopping, doing whatever it is I do. Ashlyn you are one of those people that I'm making happen. So as you are making music, as we are collaborating, I didn't do all that to make you cry, Ashley. I'm sorry.
Jesus.
But as we start building this collaboration of great artists, we have to do it properly to where when we say the next whatever the next song is, it'll be such and such artist featuring
Right.
Lucinda Marie or featuring Ja'Cory Protu. That way, when we
Good.
start searching a particular artist in Apple Music and wherever else, I'm just using Apple Music as an example, that you will see what
That's
the
great.
songs they're featured on, and you can increase
Oh,
your
good.
you can increase that artist visibility. As we're now getting ready, as of today, starting to follow people on Apple Music properly and correctly, we'll be able to build and expand the world of gospel music, Bay Area in particular, and get all of these wonderful artists the exposure that they need, as well as the exposure they deserve. So that is
great.
my detailed tip.
Come on, because it's not, to me, it's so frustrating when you see, okay, so I listen to Sirius XM. I have it in my car,
Too.
and it came with my car.
Yep.
And you know how they get you. They be like, here's just we'll give you the first hit for free. Okay,
Right,
look, that's,
right.
you know how they do. Okay, so we can give you the first hit for free, and then you're gonna keep coming back. All right. So they gave me the first 90 days for free, and I was hooked. And so now I pay for the subscription or the prescription, however you look at it. But it's so frustrating when you have a song come up there, and I listen to Kirk Franklin's praise. That's
Me too.
really,
I'm 64.
yes, it's
Absolutely.
really the only great gospel song on Sirius X or station on Sirius XM. But when you hear a song come on, you're like, who is that singing? And it's just no, their name is not on there. And so then you have to Google, but you can't Google because you're driving. And now we're putting people at risk because I'm desperate to know who this artist is because I'm an artist. And so I want to support. If I hear somebody's ministry that's like ringing out, I'm like, I want to support. So now I'm getting ready to cause a car accident because I'm texting and driving, looking on Google. Look, I'm trying to tell y'all, save somebody's life and
Yeah.
put the artist name featuring. And you know what? You can put more than one artist. If you have an outro that has 3 or 4 people on there, even if they just put a couple ad libs on there, just do the right thing and just put their name on it. I mean, there's songs out there floating that my name is not on there. And these are big name artists.
Mhm.
And I come in at the end and, they're always, when I go in the studio, they're always like, could you do an ad lib track? Okay. And I know it's going to show up on the track and my name's not going to be on there, but it is what it is. So please, ma'am, please, sir, you ain't got to necessarily pay me, but just put the name on there for acknowledgement, just for recognition.
Absolutely. So that's my detailed tip of the day. Hopefully this is going to help us. So those of you, let me just recap. We're getting ready to go around the room with these wonderful people. Make sure that if those of you who have Apple Music, create your profile, start following people, follow myself, follow Ashton. Ja'Cory, I think, just set himself up. If Lucinda's going to be set up before noon today, I decree it and declare it. And follow these wonderful artists, as well as allow us to follow you. And then make sure that you download or just be able to stream all of this great music. Ashton has wonderful songs on there. Ja'Cory has his amazing song that's still viral in my eyes. And then we're getting ready to make Lucinda go viral today. I'm going to be streaming that song all day today, and we're going to make it happen. So before we leave, let's get ready to go around the room. Let's go around the room. And Ashton, since you have your hand up.
No, I have a question.
Oh, yes. What do you
I have a question, Dito. Okay, so when you go to Apple Music and you search an artist name, right? You type up, I want to follow somebody. Where do I go to follow them? Because I don't see that when you just type somebody's name in.
So the following action happens. So first of all, they have to be your friend from what I can see. So when you in your profile area under Listen Now, and then you click your photo in the upper right corner, it'll give you an option. You can view your profile. Okay. And then as you scroll down, you'll see what followers you have. And then it'll tell you who you're following. And then in red, it will say follow more friends.
Oh, I'm so glad I asked that. So you listen now, and then you just scroll down to the bottom, follow more friends.
Yeah, like Yolanda Morant just followed me. So I'm getting ready to follow her right back.
And then look, it's all yes.
Yeah, these are all everybody who's in your contact list that has a profile, that you can follow them. They can follow you, as well as you can invite people that you see as well to create a profile. So
This bless my soul right here.
yes, Lord. So you got a project for that, Ashley. You got a project, so it'll be an all-week project for you. But let's make that happen. Let's all expand our world right through music, right through Apple Music, doing what we do already.
Amen.
So it's all good. Lucinda, I thank you for hanging out with us. I know you got to get back to work and whip those. Urge those kids back to doing the right thing. But before you go, give us some closing comments and a final thought.
I guess for me, music has always been what I've relied on in times of conditions that are good and in times when conditions are bad. And so all of us every now and then need the opportunity to do a praise break. I have always been different. I have never been someone who actually followed the line. I've always worked in circles where I could be an outlier. So this song that I have released today is different. But I have to say, it is 100% of who I am and who I grew up as. And I just really want you to walk away with the message that even during this difficult time, all it takes is a seed, a mustard seed, a tiny mustard seed of faith for God to open up the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing. Ask and it shall be given. Seek and ye shall find. I love you with the love of the Lord. And I hope you enjoy the song.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. And Ja'Cory, man, I know you're working on your Apple Music stuff, but closing comments.
You know what? I'm going to close this way in a different matter because COVID is trying to show his face over here in the Prothro family. So I'm just asking and solicit that you pray for the Prothro family. I'm not going to put any business out, but pray for the Prothro family because guess what? We're going to be victorious after this.
Yes.
Absolutely, without a doubt. And, Ashlyn, closing comments, final thoughts.
So if you're part of the text team, then you got this message this morning. But I basically said, when life comes at you like a flood, listen for God. His still small voice is there reminding you to fight your fear with faith. There's no need to get washed away when you can walk on water. Come on, text team.
That is good stuff. Listen, I like that. I like it so much. I'm going to let that be our closing word of the day. Listen, those of you who've been hanging out with us, we appreciate all of the love and the support. Make sure, if you haven't done so as of yet, to download the Freedom Radio app to your Apple or Android devices. We are all going to be downloading and streaming music from Lucinda Marie as of today, and we're going to enhance and expand our world through Apple Music by creating a profile and following the people that we know, and we're going to make things happen. So on behalf of the incredible Lucinda, the amazing Ashlyn, and my guy, the awesome Ja'Cory, my name is Demetrius. Till the next time on this same Shop Talk Network at this same Shop Talk time, y'all know how I do, y'all. Ow.